Hey, welcome to Point Black, where real people meet real issues and we cut straight through the chase. Today we got a great show, part 1 and part 2 coming up behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show of shows. These next 2 shows are going to sort of end our year out. And I can't think of a better way to do it than to really reach out to some of our core audience. You know, here's a question, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do when you intersect faith, entrepreneurship, trauma recovery, and minority business ownership? What do you get? You put all that together, stir it up, put a little sauce on it, a little spice, put it in the oven, and let it bake for a little while. And it comes out brown and smelling good and looking good. It's just perfect. It is perfect.
Sounds
what do
like
you
pancakes.
get? Sound like pancakes, BJ.
Oh, is it a muffin?
Is it a muffin?
Maybe one else.
It is one of the most amazing things that you can talk about. And that is a black woman who has grasped the brass ring, turn it into something good, face some adversity, and take the hit like a ball against a wall and just bounces back and continue to move in a direction and move in the direction where she wants to make sure that anybody and everybody who goes through the same trials and tribulations had the opportunity to do what she did. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Tanisha Patterson. Tanisha is homegrown, I think.
Yes, I am.
And she is definitely a young lady. She's of African-American descent. But so, Tanisha, let me ask you this. Let's start from the beginning. Because I know you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth and out on the mountain in a farm and had servants and, you just had it made, right?
Oh, no.
No, that wasn't you.
No, but I am a second-generation entrepreneur.
Second generation?
So I am, absolutely.
So let's start from the beginnings. You native St. Louisan?
I am, and I want to say thank you so much for that introduction. That was amazing, and I want to set the tone. I just want to give an honor to God who's ahead of my life, and I'm just thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful to come here and be able to speak my testimony and everything that has come before me, as well as just being a light to somebody else. So absolutely.
Listen, and believe it or not, our core audience resembles you. If you could see them, you'd be like looking in the mirror. And so they're going to learn something over the next couple of shows. That much I'm convinced of, and that's why we wanted you here. But you went to school here, grade school, high school?
Absolutely. So I graduated from Carter Preparatory High School and grew up in North County and have been in the community. I went away to college. I'm a graduate of Howard University. I also hold a master's in business administration from Lindenwood. And I've been here in the community giving back and running businesses and helping others to get started on their journey as well.
One thing I want to ask you, we've had young interns before. And I remember this one, and it's unique because these young ladies we've had as interns, and they would talk about their career path. And I would say, what made you choose that? And one was like, she was a nurse, and she says that, when I was a child, my grandmother fell out and was sick, and we had to call the ambulance and was helpless. I couldn't do anything, so I made up my mind then I was going to be a nurse so I can help people and help my grandmother if that happens again. One said that, hey, first time I got on the plane, I looked outside, and saw the people working on the plane, and I decided I wanted to be an airplane mechanic. This is a young black lady, girl, and she says, "Now I'm at the Parks College over in Illinois, and I'm in school to be an airplane mechanic." And so, what was it for you? Is it something like that sparked entrepreneurship in you, or was it family? I mean, how did you? What did it?
So I want to say my background to start off is in biochemistry. So
Okay.
I'm really a scientist by trade. I have been introduced to businesses all my life and being a second generation business owner. And the path that I'm on now, I definitely didn't foresee it.
Okay.
So into cannabis, which I think that's how my business aligns with my science background, manufacturing. We are the only minority manufacturing facility for the state of Missouri. And when it comes to being in home care and hospice, I'm in the real estate as well. When I first started business, I grew up in a generation where if you had 7 sources of income, you needed that to become a millionaire. Now I see people doing it with 1 source of income, right? So my goal was to diversify my portfolio as much as I possibly could. And I just really reinvested into myself as well as different business ventures that I seen that were lucrative.
What was your first venture?
My first business venture was real estate. Yeah.
Yeah, you became a slumlord?
No, I love my tenants. They love me when I tell you. Yeah. Real estate, first piece of property, I think I paid maybe $12,000 for it. And my uncle and his father helped me. We were in there painting and just doing the walls ourselves. So, yeah.
Was it a 2-family, 4-family? What was it?
It was a single family resident. Yeah, it was a 3-bedroom. And then I started off doing market rate tenants, and I later on discovered that wasn't for me. I didn't want to chase people around for rental payments. So then I invested into the Section 8 program. And that's where I have about 90% of my tenants now in the Section 8 program. And I love it. My tenants love me. It's been good.
How many units you got?
Right now, I have over 23.
Okay.
Actually occupying about 17, but I'm being intentional about the next stage of real estate for me. So not just going into Section 8, but through my story of overcoming domestic violence, my next venture is actually placing women that have similar stories to mine in these houses.
Yeah, I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, part 2 is going to be nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But now on the business side, now you said second generation business. So what's the first generation mother? What kind of business?
Yes, so first generation mother, she's a nurse into home care and hospice, Mediplex healthcare professionals. So we do physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and also in-home CDS and adult daycare services.
Adult daycare. How long has your mother and you've been helping? When did you get involved with her? Right after college, or?
I've been in it since the beginning. So I remember being a kid, and my mother, she started in her basement. And I want to say this was like 99, so my mother's an OG in the game. When it comes
started in the basement.
Yeah, she started from the bottom. So started in her basement, and I can remember her down there working and me coming down there stapling papers every now and then, or making sure we had, everything in order for the employees to come in. So I've been in the business all my life for the most part, but officially as an adult when I graduated college in 2006.
You know what? And that's one
2009, I'm sorry.
That's one thing I want to talk about too. HBCU.
I know.
Why
that's right.
Howard?
Yes. Why not Howard?
Why Howard?
Howard is
there's a lot of HBCUs. Why Howard?
That's the real HU.
My God.
The Mecca is no other HBCU. I love all the HBCUs. Don't get it twisted, but
right.
Howard is home. So, yeah.
We have another host of a show that BJ has on the air up in here, who's also another Howard graduate, Melanie Johnson. She's a Howard graduate. So there's something about Howard up in here. We need to diversify the HBCU thing up in here.
Keep it like it is, BJ.
So how was Howard? How was it coming on? Now, when I first left her, went to school, I went to Tuskegee.
Okay.
So I know
Nice.
about the HBCU experience. So how was
Yeah.
Howard when you got there?
So St. Louis raised me, Howard made me. And I would not take the experience of being around Black excellence on that level away from anyone. So if you are looking at going to college, definitely look at HBCUs in general. When they came to Howard, they came looking for us, right? It was no doubt that the talent and the skills and the capabilities were there at Howard.
Did you visit some other ones before you chose Howard?
Nope,
Nope.
that was it.
How was it?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more on Point Black. We got Tanisha Patterson in the house. And we are back. Again, we got Tanisha Patterson in the house. We're talking about Black excellence, ladies and gentlemen. And Howard University also, but Black excellence. So let me. You went to Howard, and
Correct.
biochemistry was the major.
Correct. Yes.
Would you thought you were smart? I mean,
A little bit.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
just a little bit.
Now, why? What was the emphasis on? Why biochemistry? What did you think you were going to do with a degree in biochemistry?
Yeah. So initially, the objective was to go to medical school.
Okay.
And when I came home, I decided, how can I achieve? I had friends that actually entered into medical school, and they were a little stressed out. And I was like, I don't think that this is the lane that I want to necessarily go into. You know, you have the status of it, but your quality of life is different, right? From what I seen them going through. So then I kind of made the decision, how can I still make the same amount of money as a physician, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have a different quality of life. And then that's when the real estate started coming in, and just me working as a realtor initially, and then becoming a full-time investor.
Full-time. And so I'm gonna make sure I get this right. You know, you were at Carter-Ritter, and you
Correct.
decided then you were going to major in biochemistry because you wanted to go to med school.
Correct.
How was the preparation to prepare you for Howard and going to biochemistry? Because Howard, don't get me wrong, Howard's a very good school, and they have very high standards intellectually.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did you give that preparation? Was it what you got at Carter-Ritter, or was it just the gumption you had that, hey, I'm gonna make it?
So it was, Carter-Ritter definitely prepared me. They have you doing 13 classes. They have you applying to colleges early on. And for me, science was always a love. Regardless of what industry that I was going in, science was something that I was focused in on.
Got it.
And then Howard gave me the most money when it came to scholarships. So
Okay.
I really went where the money was.
I got
So
you.
yeah.
And so now, from Howard and his biochemistry to, ladies and gentlemen, now, you know, we worked hard and pushed hard to legalize cannabis, and legalize cannabis in the state of Missouri. And that first group of licenses that went out there, we did not have many Black or African Americans, period, or minorities, period, to get licenses and stuff. But and ladies and gentlemen, just so when we talk about it, you understand, in the industry, what you can get a distributor, a license to distribute or sell marijuana and marijuana products. That's a dispensary.
Yep.
Or you can get a license or you can get a license to grow marijuana, which means you're a farmer, for lack of a better term, in a greenhouse, and you growing the product, and that's the product that they're selling out of the dispensaries. But then you can also get what they call a manufacturer's license.
Absolutely.
And the manufacturer's license is where they take the I'm gonna let you explain, because the first, matter of fact, not only is she has the only minority manufacturer license in the state of Missouri, but unless I'm mistaken, you were the first manufacturing license in the state of Missouri to get up and going. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, we were. Absolutely.
So everybody with a manufacturer's license in the cannabis industry in the state of Missouri come behind you.
Correct.
After you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So so now, how did you decide to get into cannabis and use your biochemistry knowledge in manufacturing? Where did all this come from?
So cannabis started in, let's say, 2010 after graduating college. My grandmother was terminally ill, and she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Gotcha.
And so from that point, she wasn't able to eat. She was having difficulties with sleeping, and we were just trying to figure out exactly what we could do to prolong her quality of life. And so we were riding to Chicago one day, and I was talking to my mother as usual, and I said, "Hey, what about giving her cannabis or getting cannabis involved, getting her involved with cannabis?" My grandmother was a person where cannabis was a gateway drug, so she didn't want to deal with it, didn't want to touch it. She didn't want to deal with it at all. So we were driving to Chicago, and we registered for a seminar. And at that seminar, it was in Washington, the state. And at this time, it was just everywhere. Like, there were so many people trying to get involved, pioneers getting into the industry. And we came in contact with a gentleman named Adam Bierman, and he was starting a group called MedMen in Nevada, and we became partners in this group in Nevada.
And so, did your grandmother? Did you get her? Did she utilize the cannabis or not?
Yes. So she.
Now y'all didn't twist her arm to do it.
Let me say this: she may not have known that she had some little drops in her drink, but it definitely increased her quality of life. So they gave her a terminal diagnosis of about 6 months, and we seen her appetite increasing with the use of like oils and tinctures. And anything that wasn't flour, because she wasn't going to take the flour.
Right.
So we seen her live an additional 18 months just with the consumption
thank the
of.
Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, great.
I'm thankful.
Great. No, that's ladies and gentlemen, that's very interesting. BJ, you didn't expect to hear that, did you?
They gave Grandma the juice.
They juiced up, BJ.
They juiced up Grandma. Grandma,
Yes.
here's your milk. Grandma, you want the tea?
Yes.
But now, and that you decided you're gonna go into the
Manufacturing.
manufacturing.
I believe in the plant. The plant as a whole. I believe in the healing properties of the plant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, as a biochemist, you would know.
Yeah. So with that, we applied for all 3 licenses and were awarded the manufacturing license, which with manufacturing, it is producing products that were similar to what we gave my grandmother. And that's anything that's not flour.
Right.
So that is gummies, it is any type of edibles, oils, tinctures, sodas.
Tell them what
juices.
tinctures now. When you said tincture, they need an audience.
A tincture is, it can be an oil or it can be a topical. It can be a lotion. It can, we also produce concentrates. So a concentrate is something that you will still smoke to consume, but it is not flour, and it comes in a liquid form normally.
And what's the name of your company?
It's Missouri Wellness.
Missouri Wellness.
Yeah. So we decarboxylate flour. And yeah.
Oh, BJ, she just used the term. Now you know my audience. My audience are very bright, but you got to repeat that and tell them what that means.
So basically, we take flour and we melt it down to liquid.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we take it.
And you call that decarbonating.
Yeah, decarboxylate. Yeah.
Decarboxylate.
Absolutely.
Can we do that to some people in this studio because I want to decarboxylate. Maybe my videographer. Let's start with that.
We got to keep him here.
We got to keep
He
it.
good
Oh
people.
my
Yeah.
goodness, BJ, I can't win for losing, BJ.
So you say you melt it down to liquid?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because you cannot take the raw form of the flour. We want the THC out of the flour.
Okay, now
Right.
I hear people talking about. See,
Go ahead, BJ.
I'm just saying. I just hear people using all this THC and
Yeah.
and the BPP and the LTD.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure what does that mean?
So those are the different properties of the flour. So just like, say for instance, you have a piece of bread, right? But in that bread you have salt, you have sugar, you have flour, right? And so you take that piece of bread, which is the whole piece of bread, and you break it down to those individual components, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of how it works. So THC, THCA, and then each one of those serve as a different property for your body. Just like salt would do something different, flour would do something different, but it all comes together as a whole for that piece of bread or that loaf of bread.
Now, how competitive is the business of being in the manufacturer and the cannabis here in Missouri? How competitive is it?
Oh, it's very competitive. Yeah. There are only so many licenses awarded. And then from there, I've seen that even with the licenses that were awarded, our industry is just becoming even smaller. So with the people that are actually producing, manufacturing, and dispensing cannabis.
And so here's unique things. And ladies and gentlemen, I've known Tanisha for a little while now, so I'm going to ask some questions that I actually know the answer to, but I just want her to share her experience.
Okay.
So in order for you to manufacture your product, you have to buy the flower from a grower.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Because legally, you can't grow your own flower because you didn't get a grow license. So you have to buy your flower from a grower.
Yes.
And then when you buy your flower and make something out of it, then you have to get a dispensary.
Correct.
Because you can't sell what you grow other than to a dispensary, right?
Right.
So you have to get a dispensary to say, I would take what you create and resell it.
Yes.
And so if those two entities don't do business with you, you don't make money.
You out of the game. Yeah. You have to have the relationships. Yeah. Being a manufacturer, you definitely have to have the relationships with both the grower because they give you the input, they give you the flower. And then you want to make the product, right? That's what I make. I make the product, and then we want to put it out into the community. We want to push it.
And most of the growers and most of the people who sell it do not look like me and you.
No, not at all. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know where I'm going with this. So as a African American, but especially as an African American woman, can you talk about your experiences of trying to operate your business by doing business with growers and then getting your product on the shelves of dispensaries for them to sell it?
Yeah. So my experience has been one of getting involved with organizations, I want to say. People that when you're involved with organizations, you pretty much are aligning yourself with a network of people that you can purchase from and that you can sell to as well. And from my experience, you do have to just show that you know what you're talking about and what you're doing. And I think that that's with any industry that I've been in, that I've had to step out and say, hey, I deserve to be in this space, right?
You.
Whether that's real estate, because that's a male dominant industry for me as well, whether that's cannabis. So
But let me ask you this. Now let's go, because the growers sort of can impact your business by how they sell to you, by pricing.
Yes.
Do you get good pricing all the time?
Well, let me say this.
I ain't trying to put you on the spot. Now, if I put you on the spot, then we can move on. Because, ladies and gentlemen, because she's in the business and she has to continue to do business with these folks here in the state, and she can only do business with other licensees in the state of Missouri. And so what I'm trying to get at is, and I'm going to let her say it, I said, is that if I was a grower and I knew other growers, and we decided, hey, we're gonna control the marketplace, so we're gonna sell flour at 3 times the rate of anybody else. Then you have to be able to buy it at that rate, make something of it, and then you have to go to somebody else, a third party dispensary, and get them to sell it at the price that you have to set in order to make money. Am I right or wrong?
Correct. Yeah. We're definitely subjected to the market swings and how everything pretty much is determined by whoever is putting that input in. Now, when it comes to the actual dollar amount of the pricing, I don't know necessarily if there is. I think pretty much people are basing it off of their harvest and how they're able to produce for the most part.
But it's complex. And ladies and gentlemen, and the only reason I say all that just to show you that you've been in this business for how long now?
Since 2019.
Since 2019.
Yeah.
And you've been able to hang.
Yes.
And I'm assuming there's been
By
some
the grace of
struggles.
God, yes.
There's been some struggles. And so it is a complex sort of thing. So what's your next business venture? What I know you said real estate. Anything else you're looking at?
So my next thing is Journey to Healing. So I'm starting a JTH Business Academy.
Okay.
And I'm helping women, survivors, new entrepreneurs to align and start businesses.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, our next show, part 2, we're gonna get deep into that because she's doing something there that I think we all can benefit from. So let me go back to one thing about the cannabis piece.
Okay.
It was an expensive venture.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that means you had to not only spend a lot of your own money, but you had to reach out and induce some investors to believe in you, right?
So we are pretty much a self-funded facility.
Got it.
It's we have partners. It's 4 of us, and one of our partners. Our business model was to scale slowly. So we didn't go out and buy like extremely expensive equipment and do an expensive build out. We pretty much bought as we needed, right? So if we started off doing vapes, we would purchase the semi-automated or hand. We started off doing it by hand.
Oh, you're kidding me.
We did. So, and then from there, we scaled the business to be able to produce at the volume that we need. And we're still scaling, right? So we're still knocking on doors, getting product in different places and building relationships with growers because we're sourcing from whoever has the top flower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, as a biochemist, of course, your business has to have research and development. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear people talking about R&D,
Yes.
the R&D division, that's what they're talking about, research and development. And I'm assuming you're doing all of that for the company?
So I have an individual. He is a scientist. Yeah, he's really good at what he does. And he is doing most of our formulations and he consumes, so he's able to test out what we got going on. Because I don't consume, but I'm in the game, but I don't consume. So he's doing the real research and development.
He's his own guinea pig.
Yeah, there you go. And he know what is fire, and he know what to put out there on the market. So yeah, absolutely.
BJ, you hear that? She said he knows what BJ the term. She said he knows what's fire.
They know what fire.
Yeah.
They know that fire.
Yeah.
He be like, is that gum? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, listen, I think it's smart to have somebody who can use the product and tell you, say, hey, I know this is good.
Yeah.
And so do you, so are you using any of your biochemistry background still in the business at all?
I am. I look at. I'm behind the scenes looking at what we're producing and the impact that it's going to have on an individual.
Got
So
it.
right now, our primary focus is solventless. So we're looking at producing rosin. So that is the most purest cannabis that you can ever have. It has no chemicals. It's like the Whole Foods of cannabis. So
Oh.
it's water extraction. So we're producing top quality, top shelf concentrates. And yeah, we want to put the best out there in the market because we want to focus more or less on the health components and aspect of the flower.
And what do you do with this highly pure concentrate? If I was, I'm taking, they use it to make. We talking about bread. I mean, what does a individual you sell to the dispensary?
Correct. Yeah.
And you do this highly refined piece of it.
Yeah.
You do it. They don't sell it like that from the dispensary, do they?
They can.
Oh, they can.
They can sell it just like that, like you put the icing on the cake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can sell it just like that, or we are currently utilizing it for donut holes.
Oh,
Yeah.
BJ.
We got the Krispy Kreme going over there. So yeah, Long John.
Long John
Yeah.
and Krispy BJ. You hear
Yes,
that, BJ?
so-
Listen now, you
Yeah.
listen. You done got BJ now. BJ, when the last time you had some donut holes, BJ?
Man, I eat them all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I eat them all the time. Now I got to be careful.
Yeah.
Might be a little infused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, and you know they've been talking about hemp
Okay.
and trying to deregulate hemp. What's your any thoughts about that? And tell people what hemp is. Because marijuana and cannabis and hemp are one and the same, but not. Help me out.
So I am not too versed on the hemp industry.
Okay.
I haven't done. I know that hemp primarily has been working with CBD,
Okay.
which are a lot of the products that are out there on the market, and I have been informed or educated on this regulation of the bill limiting or pulling all of those products off of the market.
Right.
And now, to my knowledge, you would actually have to have a license to produce those products.
If because the bill passed in the Congress
Okay.
and it takes effect next year.
It does.
So when we get all the hemp people out of the business, that just grows your business, right?
It does. But I want to say this. There are a lot of good hemp CBD products that are beneficial to people.
Okay.
And pretty much, I get putting everything into the cannabis market, but there were a lot of mom and pop shops that were doing extremely well
Okay.
and were beneficial to the community in which they served. You got to think, yes, I'm in this industry, but I start off as a small business owner, right?
Gotcha.
So that is eliminating a lot of the small business owners and guppying up to the big ones.
Courtney's just smiling
So,
on this
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with more with Tanisha Patterson on Point Black. He's a hemp. And we are back and still black after all of that. Back and black. Point black, that is. Hey, Tanisha. Listen,
Hi.
it is so great to have you here in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Tanisha Patterson, entrepreneur, black gold and brown sugar. Everything you can think of good, I can think of when it comes to Tanisha Patterson. But as an entrepreneur, I got to ask the $100,000 question.
What's that?
single mother and entrepreneur.
Yes.
How is that working out?
Yes. Single mother of 3. I
Of
have
3.
3, yes. It is having a balance. And I think
Okay.
that is, you do what you got to do as a mom. You
Right.
you make the sacrifices that you have to make. And I am thankful that my village, I have a strong village around
Got you.
me. And they make sure that my kids are good. And you just, as a strong woman, Black woman, you just got to do what you got to do.
Ages and sexes?
Ages: daughter 15, son 8, and I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay. Now, the daughter 15, is she got this entrepreneur streak in her?
Oh, I don't know what she got going on. I'm trying to get her. I think it's gonna come later on in life, but yeah, right now she is a princess, and she just want to keep her feet kicked up. And I'm like, girl, let's.
Well, that's
get it.
entrepreneurship. I mean, they call it laissez-faire.
Well, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's called the mother-daughter experience, where they are not getting along right now.
15, and she's has she talked about maybe what she want to do in life yet?
She wants to go to law school.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's been looking
Okay.
at law school. She has mentioned real estate in the past, which, she don't have to worry about that. But, yeah.
So real estate, any thoughts about how big you want to go in real estate? I mean, do you see your longevity being more in growing real estate versus the cannabis, or is there another venture you think you want to take on?
Real estate is my retirement. So
Real estate's your retirement.
yeah, I'm going to forever be in real estate. And the thing that's good about real estate is that you constantly learn new aspects of it. So you can go into single family residence. You have the commercial side of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I have been looking more into real estate for the housing development. So overall, like doing temporary housing for battered women
Okay.
and so forth. So there's so many aspects of real estate. I just love being involved in it.
And so have you, because I'm a developer, I've been in the business
Yes,
forever.
yes.
So how do I say this? What have you been learning as relates to doing these larger developments? What has your trajectory been? Are you still trying to learn, or are you looking now to say, I think I'm ready to just step out there and implement?
So right now, the biggest thing for me is taxes. I'm learning all about like taxes and what to write off and what you can keep, and just being educated on that end of, hey, I need to keep on basics. I just need to keep all of my receipts from all of my contractors to ensure that I'm able to write everything off, right? And so, am I ready to jump out there? I think I'm getting to that point.
You getting to that point?
Yeah, I know that God has me on a different path right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it is eventually going to lead me into the bigger housing developments. Yeah, I look up to you. I want to. Yeah.
So you gonna be Trumpish?
Yeah, I'm gonna be you-ish. Yeah,
You-ish, I heard that.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, well, the development is something I learned by happenstance, but learned to love.
Okay.
And right, I haven't done any single family stuff in a little while, but mainly the multifamily and that actually helped putting people into business. I mean, that's what I that's one thing I love about it. But the thing I hate about it the most is that the size of development you can do a lot of times is impacted by your ability to borrow money, which is impacted by what your financial statement looks like, and how much cash you can come up for pre-development. And but the one lesson I tell people all the time is why that's important, because you always want to use somebody else's money when you're doing real estate development.
Absolutely.
Don't. Some people say, I want cash, I want to borrow. I don't want to borrow. Don't use your money to pay back the money.
Yes.
But you want to always want to be able to borrow the money to do some development. I tell you, use somebody else's money. But so, you did your first deal. You're up to 23 now, and you were talking about your tenants love you because you're at a level now where you get to at least know your tenants and have this personal relationship with them. Has that turned out to be extremely beneficial for you? I mean, that your tenants know you and you know them, because at the level we use property managers, so we don't know the tenants, and we leave that up to them. But I'm assuming you're doing your own management.
I am doing my own management. At one time, I was looking for a property management company, and a lot of people don't want to deal with Section 8 for whatever reason. And you ask, is it beneficial? I say yes. I look at it as doing a service. So my tenants, throughout my journey of where I am now, going through a divorce as a single mom, working as an entrepreneur, I want to say probably about 60 or 70 follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Okay. And so them walking the process with me, if something is going wrong, they know, hey, she got me. Like, she's gonna take care of me. I know I'm seeing her go through something, and they call and provide like words. They were calling with words of encouragement, or they call me. We have just real conversations. My tenants are like my family.
Gotcha.
It's Christmas gifts. They got a cookout, barbecue. I'm sliding through.
It's great there. It's great. It's great there. BJ, what you laughing at, BJ?
I love them.
BJ, don't. You ain't gonna get off the hook like that.
She sound like the producers that be in the videos.
What they sound like? Look,
dancing all around with the artists. She be all in with the tenants.
I am.
They call her. She be like, yeah, come on, y'all, let's go ahead, get this done.
Yes, I had a tenant to reach out to me the other day. And she had not been my tenant for at least 4 to 5 years. And I received a call on Facebook, and she said, Miss Tanisha. I said, what's going on? Who is this? She said, I was just calling. I have not had a landlord like you since I left. I want to come back. What you got available? So we keep that relationship. We keep that interaction. And a lot of them are single moms. I want to say... And then we have a lot that are dealing with domestic violence. And the Housing Authority has a domestic violence clause in their application. So I
didn't know. Wait a minute. Step back. I didn't know.
Yeah. When you complete a Housing Authority packet or a Section 8 packet, it literally has pages in there, or a page in there that talks about domestic violence and what you can or cannot do for those tenants and how you have to allow them to come. It's literally a part of HUD, the federal government, that is aligning that.
And I mean, it's telling you as a landlord, when you say can and cannot do, what you're talking about?
So the rights of a tenant, if you come in contact with someone when you are in a domestic violence situation and you're trying to escape or leave that environment, it's basically telling you, hey, you cannot refuse to house these individuals.
Okay.
Right? So you have people they need housing right now.
I got you.
Right? I need housing today to be alive for tomorrow.
I didn't. All this time I've been dealing with the housing authorities and things like that. Yes. I didn't know that. I'll be honest. I didn't know that as a good thing. I didn't know. So far, Trump ain't got rid of that.
No, Lord.
So far, ladies and gentlemen, so far. Oh, that's interesting. And do in some of the larger developments we have to provide an affordable house. We have to provide wraparound services. So do you provide wraparound services? I mean, you're not required to at this stage, but do you provide any wraparound services?
Not at this time, but if they call for any resources, hey, I'm available to.
Oh, well, that is wraparound service.
Yeah,
if they need resources and they call you and say, ask for help.
Yeah.
And you try to help them. No, you are. No, you're a good landlord.
Wraparound services.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you need somewhere to stay, call Tanisha.
Please do.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I mean, people are listening to you talk about, your cannabis business. You talk about your real estate and all of that. Now, I know that probably some people that maybe, go to church a lot,
Okay.
probably hear you do cannabis, and they might look at you a certain way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So my question is, how do you balance, the idea that you have this cannabis business, and you balance that with your faith, so you can always walk around Christ-like?
Yes. So I look at cannabis as a healing property. It is a natural herb like thyme, like anything else that actually grows from the ground. But as anything, people can't abuse it, right? And so we don't want anyone to abuse it, but we also want to use it as a natural healing property. It's something that God created. It's better than aspirin. It's better than Tylenol. These are chemicals. It's better than any type of opioid that you can probably consume that your doctor is prescribing that could cause you to become addicted to it. And I think because of the old myths about it being a gateway drug, or about, seeing people that have abused it, people are a little hesitant to be involved, because we even have people that, hey, can you give me, I need, a little secret here or there. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's from the earth. God created it. We literally pot it and put it in soil and water it and plant it like a mustard seed and allow it to grow and blossom to create something that is going to heal you naturally.
And I think, BJ, one thing I love about the experience that got you into the business in the first place of wanting to deal with your grandmother and the issues he had, and I think a lot of folks would have family members that may be in the same situation, but they have not looked at it that way, so, or they haven't even tried it. So if BJ does, oh my God, BJ, he does the walk every year.
Okay.
For breast cancer.
Yes. Yes.
Every year.
Nice.
Every year. He's been doing it for
16 years.
16
Amazing.
years.
Yeah.
16 years.
Yeah. And so these are cancer patients. And I'm quite sure many of them have used cannabis in their cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do understand that aspect of it. But I understand where BJ is coming from, because this is we own 1600. It's a religious station, and there are going to be some churches and some religious leaders are going to say, I don't care, cannabis is evil, is Satan, and all this other stuff. Am I right, BJ? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I'm getting at that because, sometimes people do have a tendency of judging people based on what they do, but they don't know what their faith is like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand, how much they lean on God and the things that they do and the services that they provide. They take it and use it for the good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like you said, it comes from the earth. You know
It
what I mean?
does,
It comes from the earth. It's grown from the earth.
It is.
And a lot of people that, that do go to church, they use it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, BJ,
Like you said, back in the corner, hey, can you slide me?
Yeah, give me some. Yeah. You got some of them donuts.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
BJ, I can't wait for part 2, because Tanisha has had some personal challenges that she's been overcoming, and she's taking it. And so just from an introduction, ladies, we'll get deep into it next week, but just from an introductory standpoint, what's the group called? The
Journey to Healing.
Journey to Healing.
Yes.
Define what Journey to Healing is for you.
Journey to Healing is my personal walk with God and allowing other women to experience the healing components of keeping faith first, or relying solely on Him, growing, personal growth, not blaming anyone for our past, moving forward, setting boundaries, knowing who you are. Sometimes we just don't even know who we are. Understanding who you are, what you're willing to accept, and then entrepreneurship. So we go from God, personal growth, to entrepreneurship, and just aligning ourselves to be the best person that we can be.
Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are running out of time. We can't wait for part 2, because this Journey to Healing, boy, we're going to have a conversation about Journey to Healing. Tanisha, we do appreciate you being here. Looking forward to to the follow-up to this. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap for us. We see you next week with more on Point Black.